What's up, guys? I want to thank you so much for checking out my YouTube channel. We are going to start doing contests every single month with lucky winners and giving away Young Ambition clothing along with some other really cool prizes. So make sure you hit the subscribe button below. You have to be subscribed to be eligible to win. And I'm excited to continue giving you game-changing, relevant, tactical content that inspires you, challenges you to think different, and really helps you live a life on your terms. So subscribe below and we'll see you guys soon.
It's such a cliche that all grind, that nonstop, that team no sleep. Really, the people that are getting the results these days, it sounds great. But the people that are getting the most results are working less.
Yeah.
Because they figured out the system.
More strategic.
You know, and the Academy it's taught me more about systems and structuring my business in a way that, like Peter said, we can be somewhere like this and my team is killing it, you know? We've implemented a foundation that just works.
And your job as an entrepreneur, yes, is to produce results, but it's through delegation, through inspiring, through training, through development of people. And you should only be doing things that produce growth, not just maintain. If you want a lifestyle you're proud of that has freedom, you have to be delegating things that maintain and only doing things that produce growth in your business. So a lot of people don't know the full journey of why I've created what I created and how it came about. And I remember in 2012, 2013, I was almost in a desperate state where I was trying every program I could. I had some money saved, so I was trying every program, every mastermind, every community I could find. I was investing in it. And it just wasn't giving me the results I wanted. It was either too fluffy, too much mindset training, not enough tactics. The people in there weren't crushing it, and they were all on stage one like I was. So after a year of just back and forth, like, what do I do? I'm like, I have to start my own with the experience I have, the connections I have, and I'm gonna make sure this is the premier, the go-to, the best academy on the planet. So I went on a mission to create that. And fast forward seven years, we have one of the premier networking communities on the planet that's helped thousands of entrepreneurs collectively do millions in sales. And more importantly, they've done millions in sales, but they've built a life and a business on their terms that they're inspired by, that they're proud of. Because if you've built a $100 million business, but you don't have a lifestyle that you're inspired by, you did it all wrong. And there's nothing that fulfills me more and makes me more proud than hearing stories and developing friendships with people that use the system, that bet on themselves. And because they bet on themselves, it paid dividends for years down the road, for not just them, but for their family. And by the way, this is Peter Voogd, author of the best-selling book, 6 Months to Six Figures, and founder of the GameChangers Academy. And if you would have told me I was gonna travel the world and do what I loved, being from a small town of 6,000 people in Oregon on the coast, and be able to be in San Diego with my good friend Kirk, living it up, I would have thought you were crazy. And that's why I wanna share with you that everyone starts somewhere. So I'm here with Kirk. He's with his 2 daughters and his wife, vacationing. It's a Monday afternoon. Runs one of the best agencies, marketing agencies in Texas. And he invested in himself in 2016. This came from him tweeting me after he read my book and said, dude, I read your book. I listened to your podcast. My results are skyrocketing. I responded back, execution's everything. And he then got on a call with me, checked out the academy, invested, and his life has blown up, and he has one of the most inspiring lifestyles you can have. Talk about your experience, Kirk, going from where you were. Where were you in 2016 when you joined as compared to now?
So 2016, I was a couple years into my business. We were probably, as a company, making just a little bit over 6 figures. I had 1 employee, kind of struggling to get by at that point. And read the book, super inspired, was listening to the podcast, listening to the mixtapes, so I reached out, tweeted Peter, and if you look on my Facebook, I posted that tweet, and it's crazy, it's almost exactly 4 years ago, and really got involved in talking to him and talking about the academy. And at that point, there wasn't a lot of income, not a lot of expendable money, so really had a fear of investing in personal growth, investing in myself. But to this day, and I do investments all the time, to this day, that is the number one investment that I've ever made, because from that point
you even said you were struggling with the family. You were pregnant. Yeah. Your wife was pregnant, just bought a new house, just bought a new car, lost my steady income. So I had the option to start my own business, to kind of, really jump head first into the deep end. And after reading 6 months to Six Figures, that kind of gave me the inspiration to get going. Now, obviously there was kind of that pressure point of, man, I don't have a lot of money. Should I really invest in an academy? Should I invest in Peter, invest in myself? The first 6 months, I tweeted you, like I told you my income at the time, not a lot to speak of. I think your goal was 250K the next year.
Right.
And you had said you hit that
within a few months.
Yeah,
like
3 or 4 months.
So
my question, if you didn't feel like you could invest, money was tight, everything was going back in the business, other people could be in that situation. What made you pull the trigger and still, let's go this way, and still bet on yourself when in a way you didn't feel like you should or could? What was it that pushed you over the edge? Like, I have to do this.
I looked at what my goals were. I looked at where I wanted to be in life. You look at us now, we're in San Diego on a Monday night, giving my family the life that I've always dreamed to give them. And I knew that just by doing the status quo, just by, hard work and all the cliche, like that wasn't going to do it. I really had to surround myself with a network and people that understood where I was trying to go and it had already got there, had already attained the results that I was going for. So, it really was a no-brainer. I didn't exactly have the money to invest in it, but
it was a no-brainer because you thought about what you wanted in your future.
Exactly. And I saw the people that were already getting that, so surrounding myself with you and with other game changers, really just being a part of that network literally changed the game for me.
And this isn't a promo to the academy, to what he's doing. This is just inspiration that I remember struggling, being confused. So did he. Every breakthrough I've had is always from betting on myself. When I said, screw everything else, I'm gonna bet on myself, that's usually when the best things happen. So my challenge to you is this. He said something earlier. He said, we're hanging out on a Monday afternoon. We're not hanging out where the businesses are stagnant. We're hanging out and we have an amazing team producing results and consistent income. And we both make more when we're not there in the office, when we're traveling, than when we're there. So my challenge for you is this. If you only make more money, and I told you this the first month, I think, if you only make more money when you work more hours, it's a trap. You have to figure out how to scale. And we talked about it earlier, scaling and not losing your soul. Scaling in the new economy the right way. Make sure you learn how to scale the right way without putting in more time, but being strategic about who you hire, who you train. Second thing is make sure you have a circle of influence that challenges your standards, that makes you think bigger. If you want to make 7 figures, you got to get around people that are embarrassed to make 6, right? And that's the overall theme, I think, in every person that has crushed it in their business and life, is they bet on themselves, they got around the right people, and they took the right action. It's not about anymore about the hard work. Everyone works hard.
Yeah.
It's not even about working smarter, because a lot of people work smart that I know that are struggling in this recession and crazy time. It's about working right, based on your strengths, based on your goals, based on your values, and based on your industry. And that's what the academy teaches, really? And that's what you took serious.
Yeah, and something, and I know you notice this all the time, but we talk about in my office that it's such a cliche that all grind, that nonstop, that team no sleep. Really, the people that are getting the results these days,
good.
It sounds great. But the people that are getting the most results are working less.
Yeah.
Because they figured out the system.
More strategic.
You know, and the academy it's taught me more about systems and structuring my business in a way that, like Peter said, we can be somewhere like this and my team is killing it, you know? We've implemented a foundation that just works.
And your job as an entrepreneur, yes, it's to produce results, but it's through delegation, through inspiring, through training, through development of people. And you should only be doing things that produce growth, not just maintain. If you want a lifestyle you're proud of that has freedom, you have to be delegating things that maintain and only doing things that produce growth in your business. If you want to learn more about the academy, you can check below, but I'd rather hear from you. Let me know what breakthroughs you've had in your past. What was the aha moments you've had in the last couple years that has changed the direction of your life and business? And of course, mine was who I met and betting on myself. Every time I bet on myself, every time I had a new connection, a new network, my life exploded. Same with Kirk. And when you're around high-level people, no matter how successful you become, you're hungry for more. And that's what I think life's about. The ultimate motivation is not money, it's not freedom, it's progress and growth. When you see yourself grow and you see progress in your life, in your business, you feel it, you're growing, you'll never have a motivation issue ever again. So much respect to you, man, for betting on yourself, for getting outside yourself, investing when you couldn't even afford it, for your family, for your future family, and for your legacy. That's a true game changer in the new economy. Peter and Kirk, Coronado Beach, checking out. Hey, what's up? And thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy this video and this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button below, put the notifications on, and I assure you, you'll love this content and these videos.